good evening and welcome to the TV6 News at 10. I'm Philip Lopez. Tonight we are following a developing story on the arrest of Crime Watch host Ian Alleyne. Mr. Alleyne was arrested around 8 o'clock this evening while at CCN TV6. Our reporter Marlon Hopkinson has been following this developing story. He's on the line with us now, live from just outside of the Port of Spain General Hospital, where we understand Mr. Alleyne was taken to a short while ago. Good evening, Marlon. Tell us what's happening.
Good evening, Philip. Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. Well, what I can tell you is just that this drama is into about 4 hours now. Just after 8 o'clock this evening, Crime Watch host Ian Alleyne was arrested by police. He was taken away from the compound of the CCN headquarters home of TV6 by Senior Superintendent Ajit Prasad, but not before a scuttle between Mr. Prasad and Mr. Alleyne. Initially, when Mr. Prasad attempted to arrest Mr. Alleyne, he resisted. Mr. Alleyne was then led to the south key entrance of the CCN building to be taken away. But that gate was locked, and supporters began banging on the metal sheet of the gateway to prevent his exit. After about 10 minutes or so, Mr. Alleyne asked to speak with Mr. Prasad privately. A short while later, Mr. Prasad led Mr. Alleyne back through the car park and out of the Charlotte Street entrance of CCN amid thunderous chants from his supporters. Mr. Alleyne was taken to the Central Police Station. However, about half an hour later, he was taken to the Port of Spain General Hospital, where he remains warded. Mr. Alleyne is said to have complained of chest pains, dizziness, and headaches. He is now undergoing tests.
Okay, thank you very much, Marlon Hopkinson, reporting live from just outside of the Port of Spain General Hospital. Well, Crime Watch host Ian Alleyne says he has no regrets about airing the video of the alleged rape of a teenage girl on his show last year, which forms the basis of his arrest by the police inside of the CCN compound tonight. And even though he told reporters before his arrest that he would cooperate with the police in their investigation, Mr. Alleyne declared if the lawmen wanted him, they would have to come and get him, which is what they did.
Tense moments as the police, the media, and a crowd of onlookers waited in the rain for Ian Alleyne to emerge from the CCN building, where he had moments earlier given a statement to the population live on the TV6 News primetime newscast. When he did appear in the car park, there were loud cheers from the waiting crowd outside the CCN compound at the Charlotte Street entrance, which was more secured than usual. But while he appeared subdued on the TV6 News, Mr. Alleyne was much more defiant when he spoke to reporters, as his arrest by the police was imminent. He said his arrest would be the price he pays for fighting for justice for the poor.
The bigger picture is, am I a fugitive? Am I a criminal to come down here with all these other police and whatnot to arrest me for what? For what? But I will tell you something. I will let everybody know. This is the work of your Commissioner Dwayne Gibbs. This is they are acting on his instruction. Ask Dwayne Gibbs exactly what's going on, because it was brought to my attention that there are senior people, very senior people at an executive level in the police service who knows absolutely nothing of this.
As the chants of his supporters grew louder, Mr. Alleyne was told by a reporter that he may be charged under the Sexual Offences Act for the broadcast of the video of an alleged rape of a teenaged girl. It led to a brief suspension of his show and an investigation by the police on the instructions of the Director of Public Prosecutions.
Sexual Offences Act? What sexual offences act I committed? Let me, Mr. Lala.
Well, the information is they are here to arrest him. We've communicated with the police. They want to charge him. Details are sketchy, but we find this whole conduct of coming on the 11th hour of a 6-month period to arrest him is really an abusive process. Ian has always cooperated, will cooperate. We're here to cooperate again, but it'll be interesting to see how this unfolds.
Mr. Alleyne questioned why the police wanted to come and arrest him, since he would be more than willing to go to meet them in the police station.
They made attempts to reach me, but nevertheless, we had a discussion. You understand? And I'm sure Ajit can tell you the nature of the discussion, but they never indicated to me the urgency of the matter, that we're going to come by 6 o'clock to lock you up, to charge you. Let them come get me. Let them come get me, because I'm not going out.
Given the legal trouble he was facing, we asked Mr. Alleyne,
Mr. Alleyne, do you have any regrets in airing that video, given what is happening now? The suspect was held, the suspects were held, and they were all charged. What regrets? And I will do it again. I will do it again.
Soon after, as he again made it clear he was not leaving the CCN compound to go outside to the waiting police, about 3 plainclothes officers came into the compound to arrest Mr. Alleyne. When the handcuffs came out, he did not take that lightly. He resisted, leading the crowd outside to become more agitated. Eventually, the police decided to take him out through the South Key entrance of the CCN compound, but the crowd moved there and they banged on the gate. Later, Mr. Alleyne was taken away by the police in an unmarked police car. Jewel Brown, TV6 News.
We now go live to Anselm Gibbs, who's at the Port of Spain CID. Anselm, can you tell us what's happening there?
Good evening, Philip. Good evening, viewers. I'm actually at the Port of Spain General Hospital right now. Again, as far as we're told right now, Mr. Umlala spoke to us a little while ago, and he said that Mr. Allen will be moved to the Mount Hope Hospital shortly, and from there, then it will determine whether or not he will be kept overnight. Again, he came here because he was complaining of chest pains. Mr. Umlala says so far he has been allowed to have access to his client. The police have been cooperating as far as that is concerned. And up to this point, no charges have been laid. He made that clear that up to this point, Ian has not been charged with any crime so far. As far as he will be taken to Mount Hope. And one more thing Mr. Umlala shared is that he said if it's based on the charge they're expecting to be laid, should that charge eventually be laid, he said, well then, he expects Mr. Allen to get bail. But again, charges have not been laid as yet, up to this point. But he says in the event that they are laid, if it is the charge that they're expecting, then Mr. Umlala said he expects that he will be able to get bail, and from there they'll take it from there. But again, people are out here right now, supporters are out here voicing their support, very voiceful as far as, support. They're saying how they want him to be free, they want him to get out, they're hoping that he's okay. One person also told me that right now, she just passed him in the hallway. She said he's lying on a stretcher right now. He has ID connected to him, and he's talking to his attorney and that kind of thing. So I guess he's kind of just waiting this to be transferred, and then from there, doctors will determine if he will be kept overnight or not.
Okay, thank you very much, TV6's Anselm Gibbs. Coming up after this break, we'll take your calls on 627-4106 and 627